Thank you very much for accepting me as your guest. I would like to ask a few questions. The first questions to you will be about the challenging of agriculture in Argentina. What are the main challenges in agricultural sector?
Well, I was graduated in 79. It's a long time ago. I studied agronomy here in Buenos Aires from 74 to 79. At this time, Argentina only grows 30 million tons of grains and oils and oil seeds. There wasn't herbicides, there wasn't direct sowing. It's a long time ago. Then during some 10 years, the situation is similar, but in the 90s, Argentina did a big change. We decided to have a currency equal to the dollar. We call convertibility, 1 peso, $1. At this time in Brazil, it was happening the same. Then arrived a lot of technology investments. Some enterprises went to bankruptcy, but Argentina started to grow its production. Then from the 30 million tons of grains I knew when I was young, now we are in more or less 120, 4 times more.
Yeah.
This growth was more or less till the 2005, more or less, 2010 maybe. It is some 12, 14 years which are really stopped our development. Then, well, you know that last year we had elections, and we decided a very big change. We had now a liberal, well, I don't know how to say in Europe, he called libertario, liberty party, and then they are proposing to grow again as Brazil, Paraguay, all the countries around Argentina grows more than us. In the past, some 100 years ago, when the Ottoman Empire was finishing, Argentina was the supply of all the world about grains. You know, most immigrants came from the Ottoman Empire and most from Ukraine. All these areas were going into a war, into problems, and Argentina was growing. This was a very good time for Argentina, was when my family came from Europe to Argentina.
Another question comes from GDO products, genetic modified organics.
Okay.
I know that Argentina started GDM products in 1996, if I remember correctly. And
with the soybean.
With the soybean. And we are one of the major countries in the world in genetically modified organics. And what do you think of about the GMO as an agriculturalist?
Okay, I know this because when I was young, the soybean wasn't a crop in Argentina. It was in Japan, in China, in Brazil, but not in Argentina. I have just arrived today from the north, and I remember that in 79 I was traveling to the north and I find the soybean near the province of Misiones, some 1,200 kilometers from here. At this moment there is soybean everywhere, and one of the reasons is because not especially the genetic modifier, but the direct sowing.
Okay.
You know, we don't put a plow in the soil, but we only burn the weeds with the herbicide, and we do direct sowing. That means that we are sending less carbon to the atmosphere. In Europe, as there was always a fight against Monsanto and the United States, they didn't want it to use glyphosate, and they didn't like direct sowing. Until now, in the 21st century, they are sowing the soil and putting the soil as this, sending carbon to the atmosphere. I have a friend who is from Romania, Paul Caramanju. When I went to Romania, the ambassador, Felipe Álvarez de Toledo, was my friend from the university. Before he was ambassador in Syria, during the war in Syria. Then he was ambassador in Romania. Romania, how do you say? Romania. Then, well, when I went to the Danubio Valley, I said I want to know something about the agriculture, about how it was Romania in the times of Ceausescu, and I established a relation with Paul Karamanhiu. This man, he's from Romania, but he was 20 years living in Argentina, working in sunflower genetics. Then he returned to Romania, but he's a specialist in sunflower. At this moment, just at this moment, he's trying to take Argentine companies of agricultural machines, especially sowing, because he imagines that after the war of Ukraine, after the problems of inflation, the energy sharply, then Europe has to go to the direct sowing, and Europe hasn't got machines for this, but Argentina, yes. Then we have a very big important fair of agricultural machines we call Expo Agro. It's a fair in movement. You see the machines not only in the booth but working in the field. And well, Argentina is very important in direct sowing. I imagine that in the next 5 years Argentina will export a lot of technology for this. When I was in Romania, I saw all the fields plowed. And in Argentina, if you have been only in the city, you didn't went to the country.
Yes.
Next time. In all the country, you don't see the soils plowed. Everything direct sowing. This is something you have to take care. I imagine that mostly in the east of Europe, Romania, Ukraine, Turkey, Macedonia, Bulgaria, probably you will go into direct sowing. Then after direct sowing, maybe you decide to use genetic modified seeds or not, but you will need herbicides. If you don't like glyphosate, you can choose another ones. Monsanto is not more an American company, but they were bought by Bayer from Germany. This is something you have to study. Probably there will be big changes in European
in the near future. Thank you.
In the near future.
In the near future. Thank you. And another question about agricultural size of the holdings. In many countries, they are trying to enlarge the agricultural holdings. I don't know what is the average agricultural holdings in Argentina, and do you think you are implementing some specific policies for small holders? I don't know if you have very small holdings, peasant agriculture in Argentina. Probably not. Would you like to say something about it?
It's very special, Argentina, in this, because most countries, the farmers are the owners of their land, and they have their own machines and they do their own business. In Argentina, mostly of the land are sown not by the owners, but we call contratista. Is a man who is owner only of machines, not land, not seeds, not crop. He's only a supplier of services. Some people are specialized in sowing, some others in harvesting, some others in fertilizing. Then this is the characteristic of Argentina. It's an agriculture done by small enterprises which are not owners of land but owners of machines. Then this is very flex. They can grow, they can, if there are 2 bad years, they can spend less money. This is a specialist. This is the characteristic of Argentina. You can be an owner of a very small land, maybe 10 hectares, and somebody comes to you, rent the land, he saw soybean, but the man who does the agriculture is not the owner of the machines. Some people are doing the agriculture, some others are owning the land, and some others are owning the machines.
Very different type of
very different that you see in the United States, in France, everywhere. This is very modern, very flex.
Very flex. Okay, thank you very much. My last question about cooperation, and Turkey is one of the also major countries in the world in agricultural sector, and Argentina is also same. And what kind of cooperation it can be developed between Argentina and Turkey in agricultural sector?
I imagine I have just received a mission from Vietnam.
Yeah.
It's a very small country, it's not so important.
Okay.
But Vietnam has in fruits 102,000 million hectares.
Yeah.
They have double than Argentina. In the past, in the 50s, after Europe finished the war and most of the fruits fields in Europe were destroyed,
Okay.
Argentina was a very big supplier of fruits to Europe. Now the very big supplier to fruits to Europe is Turkey, not Argentina.
Not,
You know, we are in different hemispheres.
Yeah.
Then when in Turkey is winter, here is summer.
yes.
Then when you harvest the lemon, it's our summer. We harvest during your summer.
Oh yeah, you are.
But I think that in technology, in genetics, maybe in some matters as immigration, Argentina always needs immigrants.
Yeah.
In Argentina, the agriculture was done by immigrants.
Immigrants.
Because when the Spanish conquerors came to Argentina,
Yeah.
in difference with Peru or Mexico, in Argentina there weren't big communities agriculture. Here it was a very undeveloped country, and the original people were hunting. There wasn't agriculture.
I see.
Then most of the agriculture was done always for immigrants.
I see.
There were a lot of agriculture who came from the Ottoman Empire, mostly from Syria and Lebanon. Maybe we can do a cooperation in investments, in technology, in genetics, in machines.
Machines.
With Romania, I know we are Romania and Bulgaria. We are doing this, and I know that in some matters, Turkey has a very big, important metal mechanics industry for agriculture.
Yeah.
I am optimist.
Okay. Thank you so much for accepting us, and thank you very much for interviewing. I hope we can develop some cooperation in the future, and we can strengthen the relationship in agricultural sector between Argentina and Turkey. Thank you very much for everything.
I hope the same, Josh. I am your friend. You are here welcome.